Today, I happened to find a Phalaenopsis orchid that had already finished blooming. Many people don't know how to repot a Phalaenopsis orchid after it has finished flowering. Since I couldn't catch up with the person who dropped it and return it, I brought it home to repot it and make a video showing my audience how to do it. What's special is that I'll only be using a few common kitchen ingredients to make a fertilizer that helps stimulate root growth, keeps the leaves greener, and encourages the plant to produce more flowers in future blooming seasons, with blooms that last longer. The great thing is that this method is very easy to follow, cost-effective, and safe for the plant. If you're looking for an effective way to care for orchids without using expensive fertilizers, be sure to watch today's video until the end. Now, let's get started. To make today's fertilizer, I'll be using ground coffee. Coffee contains many natural minerals such as potassium, magnesium, nitrogen, and organic compounds that are beneficial to plant growth. I'll add 3 tablespoons of ground coffee to a clean glass jar. Then add 500 milliliters of hot water. The hot water helps extract the nutrients from the coffee into the solution more quickly, creating a simple organic fertilizer that is easy to make at home. Stir well, then cover the jar and let the solution steep until the water has cooled completely. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. While waiting for the solution to steep, I'll prepare this orchid. The plant has already finished blooming and the flower spike has been removed. Many people experience the same situation but don't know how to care for the plant so it can recover and bloom again in the following seasons. On the Wonder Garden channel, I regularly share simple plant care and recovery tips like this. If you love growing orchids, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss useful guides in upcoming videos. First, to repot this orchid, gently remove all of the old sphagnum moss surrounding the base and root system. This moss usually retains moisture for a very long time. After being kept in the pot for an extended period, it can become compacted, reducing air circulation and making the roots more likely to become waterlogged or damaged. After removing all of the old moss, carefully inspect the entire root system. Healthy roots are usually green or silvery in color and feel firm to the touch. In contrast, rotten or damaged roots are often dark brown or black, soft or hollow inside. At this point, use sterilized scissors to remove all unhealthy roots, allowing the plant to focus its nutrients on the remaining healthy roots and better prepare for new growth. In addition, thoroughly removing all damaged roots helps eliminate potential sources of disease within the growing medium, reducing the risk of pathogens spreading to the healthy root tissues during the plant's recovery period. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After removing all of the damaged roots, rinse the entire orchid thoroughly with clean water. This step helps remove any remaining decayed root fragments, dirt, and debris left on the roots after trimming. When rinsing, gently clean the entire root system and the base of the plant to avoid damaging the remaining healthy root tips. After rinsing, let the plant drain for a few minutes in a cool, well-ventilated place before moving on to the next step. After about 3 hours, once the coffee solution has cooled completely, strain out all of the coffee grounds and keep only the liquid. This liquid contains the minerals and organic compounds extracted from the coffee and can be used to support the plant during its recovery and growth. After straining, dilute the solution with 1 liter of clean water, ensuring the concentration is suitable for the plant. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Now, I'll soak the entire base and root system of the orchid in this coffee solution. Soaking the roots for a short period allows them to absorb the natural minerals in the solution, while also replenishing moisture after the cleaning and root pruning process. I usually soak the plant for about 15 to 20 minutes before repotting it. Next, I'll use this time to prepare the growing medium for repotting the orchid. Today I'll be using pine bark and sphagnum moss. These are 2 very popular growing media because they both retain the necessary moisture while providing excellent airflow for healthy root growth. However, before using them, you should disinfect the entire growing medium to reduce fungi, bacteria, and impurities that could affect the roots after repotting. To do this, I'll use baking soda. Baking soda helps clean the growing medium and suppress the growth of certain fungi, making it safer to use before planting. I'll dissolve 1 teaspoon of baking soda in 2 liters of clean water . Stirring the mixture thoroughly helps the baking soda dissolve and distribute evenly, preventing it from settling at the bottom and ensuring the solution has a consistent concentration and works more effectively when used to treat the growing medium. Then soak all of the pine bark and sphagnum moss in this solution before repotting the orchid. Soaking the growing medium in the baking soda solution helps clean its surface and remove dirt and remaining impurities, making the growing medium cleaner and safer for the root system. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. After 20 minutes, remove both the plant and the growing medium and prepare for the repotting process. Removing the growing medium after the recommended soaking time helps prevent it from absorbing the solution for too long. avoiding any effect on the natural structure of the pine bark and sphagnum moss while preserving the loose texture needed for planting. In addition, after treatment, the growing medium will have a more balanced moisture level, allowing the plant to adapt more easily when placed into its new pot and reducing the risk of transplant shock. Furthermore, careful preparation at this stage helps create a stable foundation for the root system, allowing the roots to establish more quickly in the growing medium and supporting better recovery during the early stage after repotting. Next, I'll begin repotting the orchid. At this point, I'll use a transparent plastic pot like this, which makes it easy to observe the condition of the roots and the moisture level inside. First, place a few pieces of foam at the bottom of the pot. Then add a layer of pine bark to the bottom of the pot to create a breathable base for the roots. Next, place the orchid in the center of the pot, gently adjusting it so that the base of the plant just touches the surface of the pot without being buried too deeply. Then add more pine bark around the roots, gently pressing it into the gaps between the roots with your fingers. This helps secure the plant and keeps it stable without damaging the roots. Work slowly and avoid packing the growing medium too tightly so the roots have enough space to grow and breathe properly. To help the plant remain stable and grow more steadily, insert a small metal or bamboo stake close to the base of the orchid. Then, use a soft tie to gently secure the base of the plant to the stake. Avoid tying it too tightly to prevent damage to the stem or roots. This method helps the plant stay upright, prevents it from leaning while producing new roots, and allows it to anchor firmly into the growing medium. Finally, cover the surface of the pot with a thin layer of sphagnum moss. This layer of moss helps retain moisture in the growing medium, reduces water evaporation, and provides a soft, airy environment for young roots to develop. However, you should only apply a very thin layer. Avoid covering the entire top of the pot with moss, as this may reduce airflow, deprive the roots of oxygen, and make them more likely to rot. If you're enjoying these plant care tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more simple, effective gardening advice. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a new video, and let me know in the comments which plant you'd like to see next. Finally, place the plant in a cool location away from direct sunlight. Most importantly, after repotting the orchid, you should not water it during the first 3 days. This is because small wounds are usually created on the roots during the cleaning and pruning process. Watering too soon may create a moist environment that encourages fungi and bacteria to grow, increasing the risk of root rot and affecting the plant's recovery. This 3-day period allows the cut surfaces to dry naturally and form a protective layer, helping the plant adapt better to its new growing medium. At this point, I'll use 500 milliliters of the diluted coffee solution prepared earlier. Then add 1 vitamin B, 1 tablet, and stir until it has completely dissolved. Vitamin B1 helps support the plant's recovery after repotting while promoting new root formation and improving the root's ability to absorb water and nutrients. Once the tablet has dissolved completely, pour the solution into a watering can and gently water around the base of the plant. Gently watering around the base of the plant allows the solution to soak evenly into the growing medium, helping clean the root environment and creating favorable conditions for the root system to absorb nutrients more effectively during the growth stage. In addition, watering in moderation helps prevent localized excess moisture, reducing the risk of suffocating the roots or affecting the structure of the growing medium in the orchid pod. I usually use this mixture about once every 2 weeks to help the orchid grow vigorously, produce many new roots, and build up energy for future blooming seasons. Results after 1 month. You can see that the orchid has started producing many new green and silvery white roots around the base. The young root tips are growing vigorously and continuously extending beyond the growing medium. This shows that the plant has successfully adapted to its new growing environment and that the root system has become healthy again. Not only that, but the leaves have also become greener, glossier, and show clear signs of growth compared to when the orchid was first repotted. This is a sign that the plant is absorbing water and nutrients efficiently, while storing energy for its next stage of growth. If you continue maintaining proper care, watering appropriately, and providing nutrients regularly, the orchid will continue growing strongly, produce even more healthy roots, and be ready to develop new flower spikes in the coming months. What do you think about today's orchid repotting method? Have you ever revived an orchid after it finished blooming, or repotted your own orchid? Share your experience in the comments below so everyone can learn together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel so you won't miss more simple yet effective orchid care tips in future videos.